this particular Sunday afternoon to Opportunity Knocks, coming to you from the new heart of show business in Britain, the city of Manchester. Now, how did you folks at home vote last week? Well, first of all, you voted for that lovely ballet dancer from up there in Motherwell in Scotland, for Alice Baird. In second place, you put the comedian Tommy Harper. But once again, friends, for the fourth week running, you have brought the casuals through the door of opportunity. Yes, indeed. Congratulations to you, Howard. Really, congratulations. Now, tell me, have you been having a great deal of mail since you've been having all this success?
We've had hundreds and hundreds of letters forwarded from the studios, and we would like to say that whilst we don't have much time, we will get round to answering them all personally. One day, you'll have to hang on a bit, maybe.
But you will write to them, eh?
We will.
Jolly good. All right, girls, hang on, because Howard and the boys are going to write to you. Now, tell me, Howard, what are you going to play for us this week?
It's a tune called If You Walk Out, and it's the A-side of our first record.
It's the A-side. If You Walk Out, is that right? Well, you walk back and get set to go, and then we'll have you play If You Walk Out. And incidentally, girls and boys throughout the nation, the record will be on sale on November the 12th. It's called If You Walk Out. So, friends, once again, for your favorites, for the casuals, Opportunity Knocks.
If you walk out that door, I tell you, you won't see me no more. It's one too many times you've done this, darling, that's for sure. Maybe some men can stand that treatment, I can't, that's the truth.
Show brought here 4 times by you, the viewers, and they were playing tonight If You Walked Out, which of course is their new recording. Will it be a hit or a miss? Well, it comes out on November the 12th. It's entirely up to you. Now, in just 2 minutes, we'll be right back with you with the rest of the show. See you then. Don't go away. Thank you.
After a day's work, a man needs his Guinness.
They're bicycles and bicycles. Just having breakfast with me. Guess what we're having? We both like bicycles. They're bicycles and nice.
Thank you very much indeed, friends. Well, welcome back to Opportunity Knocks. Now, the news of the week is tremendous news because this is really a real reason for these kind of talent shows. Just 6 weeks ago, we had the thrill and the pleasure of having a young lady on this program, 13 years of age, called Dino, and she was here with a group called Dino and the Contrast. Now, they come from Cardiff, and by gosh, everybody down there in Cardiff should really be proud of this young lady because aside from having already made her record, she has now been asked, it says right here in the newspaper, she's now been asked by Mr. Val Parnell to appear on Sunday night at the London Palladium. Now just think of that, after 6 weeks. Is that congratulations to everyone inside and to you, Dino. Well, I understand it's a little bit. I hope that's all overcome because this young lady really deserves to get on there. Now I'd like you to meet our first talent spotter this evening, and he comes from Wales, correct, sir?
That's right.
Good, and your name is?
Emrys Jones.
Emrys, that's a good Welsh name. Where are you from, sir?
Colwyn Bay.
Oh, that's where they need an airport. By gosh, that's a long way. If you have an airport there, get there much easier. What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a schoolmaster, a geography master.
A geography master, I see. And who are you going to introduce to us?
I'm going to introduce the Roberts Trio from Colwyn Bay.
Uh-huh. And what are the boys going to do for us?
Well, one of the group
Yes.
does a clog dance, a traditional Welsh clog dance.
By gosh, I never knew they did clog dances in Wales.
Well, it was very, very popular years ago.
Yeah.
And in the 18th century, it was particularly popular. And then, you know, the religious revivals came along around about 1890.
Yeah.
And they killed all forms of traditional folk dancing.
Who brought it back? Who brought it back?
Well, it so happens, as far as this clog dance is concerned,
Yes.
a gypsy by the name of Howell Wood,
And he brought it back and he taught it to these boys. What do they call themselves?
the Roberts Trio,
The Roberts Trio. All right, they from Colwyn Bay?
Colwyn Bay.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see something that was really wicked and was killed for a time. Yes, indeed. For the Roberts Trio from Colwyn Bay, the Welsh Clog Dance, Opportunity Knocks. clog dance from Wales, excellently done by the Roberts Trio from Colwyn Bay. I got a note around here, and somebody said, where did they get the bottle from? Well, that's just handed down by one of the people in the audience. I'd like to tell you that it's actually Bob Sharples loaned them the bottle. And he wants it back because there's threepence on it. Wants to buy a new suit or something. Anyway, that's the idea of the bottle and so forth. We have our first lady talent spotter here with us tonight. Your name, madam, is?
Phil Brown.
Phil Brown. My name is Green. How do you do? Nice to meet you. I do that all the time. Always gets a laugh. Tell me, where are you from, Mrs. Brown?
From Manchester.
Manchester. What do you do?
I'm a hotelier.
A hotelier?
Yes.
And you put on entertainment in your hotel?
Oh, yes, lots of entertainment.
Fine. What kind of entertainment do you find is the most popular? Is it singing, or is it... what kind of entertainment is most popular?
Well, I would say a very good comic.
A good comic.
Yes.
You know, the thing we've always wondered is why comics don't win here on the show. We've had wonderful comedians like Freddie Davis, but they don't seem to win. Why don't you think comedians win on television shows?
Well, I think it's because people viewing at home don't concentrate and don't listen entirely to a comedian.
I see.
They either miss the beginning of the gag, the middle of the gag, or the end of the gag.
Or sometimes we just have lousy gags.
That's
I mean, that's my style. That's my style. Now, who have you brought along for us tonight?
Oh, Howard and Will Shepherd.
I see. And what do they do for a living?
They are, for a living, they're photographers.
Yes.
They run their own business. They're
Sure.
freelance photographers.
And what are they going to do for us tonight?
Oh, they're going to play the banjo.
We want to hear them. Ladies, is it father and son?
Their father and
Father and son. Ladies and gentlemen, for Howard and Will Shepherd from Chorlton, Manchester, Opportunity Knocks. This afternoon for two matches of boys, Howard, Will Shepherd, with all those wonderful effects put in by our director, Milo Lewis, and of course all our wonderful fellas here at ABC who work the cameras. Now I've got a whole host of nice ladies here this afternoon, and your name, madam, is?
Elsa Ayres.
Elsa Ayres, I see. What do you do? Is it Mrs. Ayres?
It is.
What do you do, Mrs. Ayres?
Well, I'm a housewife.
Yes.
I'm a secretary.
Yes.
I'm a mother.
Yes.
Can I do anything for you?
Yeah. Well, that's the best offer today, I'll promise you that. You sound pretty occupied. Tell me something. Why are you secretary as well as a housewife? I won't be personal, but any particular reason?
No, I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yes.
And I work for my husband.
You work for who?
My husband.
You work for your husband?
Yes.
Well, then he never has an excuse of being late home from the office, does he?
No, none at all.
None at all, I see. You think it's a good thing for a wife to work for her husband?
I do. Yes,
You
I do.
Any particular reason?
Well, I think it makes me more tolerant of his problems, or some of his
I
problems.
see. Well, that's a pretty reason, Lance. Now, who have you got for us this afternoon?
I've got a group.
A group?
Yes. The Blackpool Gamblers.
The Blackpool Gamblers. Now, I happen to notice I got it written down here. 2 electricians, 2 welders, and a commercial artist. Is that right?
Yes.
Fine. And we want to hear them right now. They're called the Blackpool Gamblers, correct?
That's right, yes.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Blackpool Gamblers from Blackpool, Opportunity Knocks.
Once I was alone, so lonely and then you came out of nowhere like the sun up from the
Sunday afternoon was made for you by the Blackpool Gamblers. Now, will the Gamblers upset all the ideas here and unseat the casuals next week? Well, friends, that is entirely up to you, the viewers, to decide. Now, I have another talent spotter sitting beside me, and your name, madam, is?
Maureen Law.
Maureen?
Law.
Law.
Yes.
I see. Do you take the law into your own hands sometimes?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you do. I see. What do you do for a living?
I'm a dancing teacher.
A dancing teacher?
Yes.
What do you teach, boys or girls?
Both.
You
Mostly girls.
Mostly girls?
Yes.
What are the boys like that come to dance in class?
Usually very small.
Very small?
Yes.
I'm a bit too big.
I think so.
I see. Whereabouts are you from, Maureen?
I'm from Sheffield.
Uh-huh. Tell me this, have you ever been in the theater?
No, not
You've never been in the theatre, but you've been a dancing teacher. How long have you been a dancing teacher for?
10 years.
10 years. Who are you going to introduce to us here this afternoon?
An acrobatic dancer, Maureen Myers.
Maureen?
Myers.
Myers. Where is she from?
She's from High Green, near Sheffield.
From High Green?
Yes.
Oh, that's next to Hughie Green, isn't it?
Yes.
And she's, how old did you say?
She's 14.
14. Her name is Maureen Myers. She's an acrobatic dancer.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for Maureen Myers from High Green, near Sheffield, Opportunity Knocks. From Sheffield, 14 years of age. Thank you for Maureen Myers. And if you're thinking of voting for her, she spells her name M-Y-E-R-S. We have our last talent spotter here, and the lady's name is Jean Steggel. Is that correct?
That's correct.
How do you, is that Mrs. Steggel?
Yes.
Mrs. Steggel. How do you spell Steggel?
S-T-E-G-G-E-L.
Would you like to try for £4?
I don't mind.
My gosh, that's pretty good. That's an interesting name. Where did that name come
Well,
from?
it's an Essex name, really, from round Colchester area.
Essex name from around Colchester?
Yes.
But you haven't got an Essex accent, have you?
No, I have not.
No, where do you be?
Kilmarnock.
Kilmarnock. Well, I came Kilmarnock. Well,
Do
nice
you?
to have you. You're living down in London now?
Yes,
I
I am.
see. And what do you do?
Well, I'm a housewife first.
You're a housewife.
Yes.
I want to ask you something. Your first name is Jean, right?
Yes.
May I call you Jean?
Certainly.
Jean, I'd like to ask you something. In Canada, they call housewives homemakers. Do you think that's a better word than housewife?
Yes, it's rather a nice expression,
Do you
I
like
think.
it?
So, yes,
Do you-
I do.
What does the audience think? Do you like the name homemaker? Do you? Applaud if you like homemaker. All right, just a second. Just a second. All the ladies in the audience, applaud if you would rather be called homemakers than housewives. That's pretty interesting. Oh, well, write into us and tell us if you'd like to be called homemakers or housewives. We'll let you know next week. Now, who are you going to introduce to us?
My daughter, Marguerite.
Your daughter, Margaret. Margaret Steggel?
Yes.
Good. What does she do for a living?
Well, she's a typist in one of the banks.
Good. And what's she going to do for us here this afternoon?
She's going to sing.
What kind of voice does she have?
Contralto.
Contralto? How old is she?
16.
That's a little unusual for a young lady 16 to be a contralto. Is that so?
Yes, it is. This is rather
Well, we want to hear her. Ladies and gentlemen, for a young lady 16 years of age who is a contralto, from Marguerite Steggel from London, Opportunity Knocks. very charming young lady who's only 16 years of age, a very lovely contralto. Thank you for Marguerite Steggel, and she spells her name S-T-E-G-G-E-L. So there you are. If you want to vote for her, let me know. And the other thing is, it's an interesting thing. If any of you housewives are looking in and you prefer to be called homemakers, as they call people in Canada, just drop me a line and say, I'd rather be called a homemaker instead of a housewife. Well, now, in just about 2 minutes from now, we're going to come back with the most important part of our show, which, of course, is reprise time, in which you make your minds up which of the acts you want to vote for next week. So don't go away. Just stick around, pour out another cup of tea, and in 2 minutes from now, we'll be with you.